Yo, 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 yo.
What is up?
What's going on, people? What's going on?
Someone in already.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Good man. I'd got loads of travel jabs coming up, so I had some this morning. Sent me back a little.
What, like tetanus and
I had
malaria
that
and
one
stuff?
last year, rabies,
Mm.
and then I had Hep B and also the Japanese one.
Yeah, you got to watch it from all those monkeys over there, man.
That's what it is, yeah.
Mm.
But
Got to be
not
careful
cheap.
with
I've got to have 3 rounds of them, and they're 700 quid, like $1,000. Yeah,
it. You're joking,
nah, 700 pound.
mate. We get them for free here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you think NHS, that's free over here in the UK. They don't
Yeah,
do certain jabs, and you've got to buy them.
700 quid.
Yeah, that's a few pounds.
That's
Gone.
ridiculous, man. You should go to Poland. I heard Poland's doing like great deals
Good.
these days.
I bet you could get the flights for cheaper. Go and get them, and then come home. I mean,
That's not a bad idea. Anyway, I'm gonna whack some music on. We've got a new playlist, so guys, tell me if you like it. We'll go quickly through the market. I'm gonna let Wilski go through some of his ideas once he puts his screen on.
yeah, I forgot about that.
We're currently in a gold long. Originally, I actually thought when it broke this 4K level, I thought that we would end up coming back down to this Asian low. We actually haven't done that. We just consolidated a little bit and pushed up. So I actually turned around and got long, looking for higher levels on gold. The moment, obviously, euro and pound, everybody knows what's going on with those. I'll let Wilski turn around and go through his ideas. And that's it. So hold on. Let's see. And he's gone. And he's gone. He has vanished. We're no more. Yeah, it's because I put Denzel's stuff on before because we had him on Friday.
Oh right, it's different.
That's it. He's back. Guys, if you got any questions for Wilski or anything like that, he's our new 200k funded trader. Woo!
Took my time.
Yeah,
I was really happy.
3 weeks, bro. Like less than 3 weeks, I think, wasn't it?
I hit a mad win streak. Probably one of the best ones this year, and obviously I just started the Funding Rock Challenge, hit 2 winners, passed phase 1, took a loss, and then 2 extra winners, passed phase 2 within 2.5 weeks.
Crazy.
Yeah, so 200k funded, just gonna 0.5% risk, get the refund back, and get them payouts stacking.
Wicked. Go on then, guys. So if you got any questions,
hit me up.
Ask away. And in the meantime, obviously, Wilski will go through what he's looking at.
All right, yeah. DXY. I don't really have too much to say apart from still looking for that target. Weekly time frame, we are consolidating, but really, I think now, especially now we cleared this high. So we had this high formed October's high. We've cleared that to finish October. We're looking for that run up to this high above 100. Now we're coming close to that 100. I think we could have a reaction off it. I'd be favouring a pullback. Ideally this week, we've already took out previous weekly high. I'd want to see more continuations for the upside. And then really, after that, we could drop back all the way down. I also quite like this area though. I think there's potential for more upside. So I'm looking at that on DXY. As for EU right now, I'm pretty much cleaned out of their moves. Same on GU. I hit TP on Friday, which was 2 sells. I had 1 sell from around this area. Second sell was, I think, here, targeting these lows. So that played out really well. So what happens with me is when I've played out the cycle of the range of the lows, we're at low points. So I don't sell at low points. Really isn't the best of ideas. Now we could continue. If I was to see continuations on the weekly, I'd be saying, yep, you know what, August lows, very favourable, 1.14. I should have been in positions higher or potentially held my positions, but I hold my positions for long enough as it is. So I don't really want to be holding for too much longer. What I like on EU is the fact we saw this low here. We've broken through that, just like the XY. Got pretty clean range to continue down now because this was a very impulsive push up here. We had that NFP spike start of August. yeah, push right up quick. So I'm looking for EU to come down. I'd prefer a retest. Didn't quite retest them lows. Don't have to do that. I've got a couple of positions set. Nothing really on the daily to me stands out. You can see the structure's really clean though. We've continued to form and print them lower lows and lower highs. I was looking for an error. So I've marked up the 4-hour leg, really, just looking for a retracement. I do quite like the weekly imbalance. Also this 4-hour fill. So I've set 2 positions, not really worried too much about the entry, more about the stop loss, expecting the golden zone to be respected there. So I am looking for a pullback. I'm really just going to be playing down to the lows here. So obviously these moves will look a little bit bigger now. And that's really it. But obviously the week started bearish. So if we are going to get a retracement back up, it could be a bit more of a deeper pullback. And that's really EU done. GU, similar to EU. We can obviously see we did come down. And this was the biggest bearish close. I said it in the Discord. Biggest close on the weekly since January this year. So there's clearly signs from when we had this massive push down to start the year. And then we saw upside all year. Finally, it looks like we may be getting further downside. I do like this higher time frame area, and that's what I'll be looking to play to. Obviously, once we get below here on the weekly, which obviously last week tapped right into it. With that being said, I'm looking for a deeper pullback on GU. Daily fair value gap in here. Also, you got more daily areas up here. Just looking for retracement. 3 daily candles have failed to break this low. So if we don't close below it today, I would favor a deeper pullback. If we do, we could drop, but I haven't really got a wick for the week. So it's early doors right now. And I think that there's options for a pullback. But there's times where I've set these positions, many weeks, they don't get tagged in. We just drop for the whole week. Just the way it goes sometimes. You can't always catch all the moves you want to catch. So that's my breakdown for the week.
Fair enough. I tell you what, it's been super directional on EU and anything really against the dollar. The dollar's been just like, if I put on USD CHF right now, which was a trade that I had on this morning, you know, you go into a 1 hour and it is just super directional. Just it's basically EU just opposites, you know, that's all it is. But it is just super clean, straight, come breaking up, retesting on prior highs pre-break, EMAs, that's all it's done. So the trade that I got into this morning was just off here, break of the Asian low, and then it was this candle for me that was the entry, and it was just to the level of the weekly, and that was basically the trade. I didn't think we would then obviously continue to break above that weekly level. It just goes to show that, you know, the dollar at the moment is very strong. The only thing is with the dollar, we're coming into quite a significant area. You've got all of these highs here. You've got the EMA as well. So for this particular trade that we were talking about, this kind of structure all the way when it was down here, and it's just slowly crept up and up, and now to hit this 200 EMA on the daily. So long in the dollar here, I would be a little bit wary for my specific way of trading. Maybe we actually see you know, a little bit of a deeper retracement into this, maybe back down to these levels, or even back down to those highs pre-break. So I don't really want to be longing onto that too much. The trade that we've got open now is just a gold trade. So we've had a couple of really nice trades off this overall area. We had one trade here, another trade there. And now I'm just thinking that we've found support. We've broken up above support, found it on the 4K level, and now we're just finding a little bit of momentum. So I'm thinking that we're actually going to break above this in this session. We will soon find out though, because we have got a little bit of a resistance above. I don't know what you guys are trading, but that is what we're looking at for today. Now, we're going to actually talk about market structure, boys and girls, because this is a very important part of a lot of our trading. And sometimes I think a lot of newer traders, and sometimes including myself, we get caught up in where are the highs, where are the lows of specific moves. and somebody that is very, very, very good at it, especially from higher time frame. When you're in too far into a time frame, sometimes you can't actually find the proper pivots, the pivot highs or pivot lows. And Wilski's very good at doing that, especially because he's looking at market structure on a macro time frame instead of zoomed in on intraday timeframes like myself and many others in here. So I'm going to pass it over to Wilski, and he's going to give us a little segment on understanding market structure and the kind of things that you can look at to maybe mark out your levels better.
Awesome. Yeah, market structure is so key. I mean, especially on the higher time frame, sometimes even I say sometimes on the daily, I can get too caught up in what's happening within a smaller period and forget the overall macro structure. I think GU is quite a good example on the weekly time frame, because I want to go back to like 2022, for example. You know, market structure is simple, really. You know, when we're in a downtrend, you are going to see, first of all, we can probably zoom into this area here. When we end up seeing a change of structure. So first, it's identifying a change of structure or a breaker structure. Obviously, usually what a breaker structure would be is when you see, so if you were to mark out it's not always as simple as just choosing any level. Normally what you'd want to see is, for example, to get a bullish leg, I would like to see the lows that then formed that new high. So I'd have this as a bullish leg. I would then mark up the low, and I would say, you know what, once this breaks, we've had a breaker structure. This pin bar here for the week, I know we took out the lows. For me, this could be a liquidity grab to go up. So at that point, it's hard to say that we're bearish. But once we get that break there, that's the first sign that we're seeing some structural changes. What we then want to see is, we want to see lower highs form. So if that is the lower low, if we go back into this a bit cleaner and see, let's get rid of this leg. We've broken that leg here with this break. We then can say we've seen that lower low, but we want to see a further lower high respect. So what you can first do is identify maybe this previous high is technically a lower high, but you want to see that respected to some degree, which we then put in that lower high, and then we form the lower low. So at that point, somewhere in this area, you can decide that you're bearish on the higher time frames. When you then decide that you're bearish, personally me, I will only trade sells. I will only trade sells and continue, sell down to lows, create that lower low. I'll wait for pullbacks and getting more sells here to play that move, because what a lot of traders struggle with is, for example, we put in this low here and we can mark that in, and traders will go, okay, we've put in this low, we've come down, then we get the bullish candle on the weekly. Traders are going to try and buy up to maybe this high. And the reason why this high here isn't a good target is because if we are bearish, price has a higher chance of taking out this low compared to this high. In theory, strong high should hold if we are going to get continuation to downside. As you can see, if you're getting in here for sells, you can trade all the way down into this. Then you put in another low, and then again, you can buy in these areas. That's the thing. I don't personally buy, but you can buy. And if you're on the daily time frame, for example, you are going to see, if we go back to them highs, wherever we were, I think it's around here, like you can see the structure at times does change within the highs and lows. So like when you put in this new low, you can see that price does start to create that range and then a break back to the upside. This allows you to play potential short-term buys, but of course you've got to be very careful again, because as soon as we then see some consolidation, maybe between these two areas, from this low to this high, we get a bit of a range. As soon as we get that break back to the downside in the daily, it confirms that the bears are in control. Therefore, then the quick move down happens, and then we get continuation. So in terms of market structure, that's really how to identify higher time frame changes when we see them changes. What I want to do is go back to more recent price action, because you can see how traders can get caught out as well. For example, this low here was put in 2022. At a time on GU, it looked very, very bearish. What we did start to see is, and ever since really this point, when we broke this high on the weekly, we have continued to remain bullish. So macro time frame on the weekly, we know on GU, from what we've seen in the last 2 to 3 years, price has continued to create them lows and highs. So We took out the high there. We came down. We did sweep this low. We made that further high, but you can see that low that we swept down there, and it's actually a very nice little liquidity grab to continue up. We didn't break below that. If we broke below that, it's easier to look for sales. We didn't, and then we made further highs, continue to pull back. This is also important here, is identifying sometimes, and this is sometimes what I find hard in the market, is you may get this break. So we did see this break here. Let's zoom in a bit more. I know some guys might be on laptops or something. This break here, for example, it could look bearish at a time. Now, this is sometimes where I get caught out. We end up just seeing upside continuing from that point. Now, what we can see, and this is the only way I can identify this period, is when I would know I'm wrong, that we aren't going to go down. You can see we broke below, and we did put in this low here. Let's mark this in. Price then created a lower high. This high here did get broken, and then we tried to come down again, and then we saw the engulfing candle. This is the cue here that despite us having a breaker structure and potentially even a change of structure with a lower high, this low failed to get cleared. So this makes this high a draw on liquidity and a higher chance to continue to see bullish ranges to continue back up to the highs. This just takes time, and what I recommend anyone doing is purely going onto any time frame. You can go on the weekly, 1 minute, 5 minute, just mark up lows and highs and understand when we see breaks, what that means for price and where does it then run to. Because ever since we made this high, and this was last year, around this time last year, we saw a heavy pullback, and many traders would have been so bearish back at these areas at the start of the year, including myself, because we were seeing breaks of multiple levels. We were bearish, we continued to play sells, we had breaks at this level here. We never broke the significant low though, that ended up being respected, and then we did come and clear these highs. So once again, it's just about identifying that market structure. As much as it works a lot of the time, there's going to be times where it just doesn't really make too much sense. But if you were to zoom out in the bigger picture, it will all make sense. For example, this period here on the monthly time frame, we can see what it did. If we take these ones off, this is just to finish this segment off. I don't know if there's anything.
Also that wick low as well, the one that you just marked. Price just didn't actually close on a monthly.
No. There we go. Yeah, so
it didn't close below.
That's the monthly time frame, and the weekly at this point looking very bearish, and you're eyeing up this low to be cleared. That's obviously the next area for price to take out. And as soon as we get that monthly close, you notice that this, from the range on this time frame, this is your low and high. If you do like the fibs, obviously I like them. That is your low and this is your high, right? And this just becomes an internal range of liquidity that price will take out. And then on the weekly, that looks like a break, but on the monthly, it's not. And as soon as you get that engulfing bullish candle on the monthly, that month there, what was it? February, I actually did very well in that period, but many traders will find it difficult to trade it. Once you get that monthly confirmation, I mean, look at it, it's obvious that high is getting taken out. We're going to form a higher high. And it does, it just goes up the next 4 months. And they're the periods in the market when you've got higher time frame highs or lows and you're trading between ranges, you've took out a key liquidity point. I think they're the easiest to trade in the year. And you can see that during this period, it was harder to trade because were we going up, were we going down? Whereas there, the target's defined and you know that we've put in that high. Now we've put in this high. If we do get a deeper pullback and we get more bullish confirmations within this leg, because now I'd be looking at this being our higher time frame area, we can see that the buys may be quite nice if we do get confirmations. But at the minute, it's looking quite bearish. So doesn't mean at this point that we can't go up. It just means there's a higher chance, especially with that 50%, that we could pull back deeper and then go up. So that's really market structure as the easiest way I can explain it off the cuff. Let me know if you've got any questions on that.
Yeah, I think that was on point, to be fair. And that's the thing, it's like sometimes you feel like something's breaking down and then you go to a different time frame and it's not broken down, it's wicked and it hasn't closed and it's actually still staying within its bullish or bearish market structure. So it's kind of tricky, and I think with a lot of day traders, and this is including myself, can get lost in lower time frames and think that market structure has changed but not really it's actually just noise.
Yeah.
It's just price just doing its normal thing, and it's not actually changed any type of sentiment, because when you zoom out, suddenly you see more information, understand it's just, just general lower time frame noise. So that was I think that was super important. Cheers for that. Has anybody got any kind of questions before we jump onto some of the live trading? Has anybody got any questions for Wilski about that? Hands up in the class. Anyone?
I think it's important as well that as you go down time frames, if you've got too many time frames, because I always recommend, even if you're trading intraday, even to an extent scalping, you do want to have an idea of the higher time frames, but obviously it's not as important if you're on the 5 minute for entries.
Agreed.
But the more time frames you have, the more complicated you can make it. I would really recommend minimizing how many time frames you have, going from the weekly and having every single time frame daily, 8 hour, 10 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour, 2 hours.
It's very complicated.
Yeah, because you have to base it. Your entry criteria is based on a few time frames, really. So keep it simple. I think simple is the best way.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. I like, because something could be bearish on a weekly, but I could be on a 5 minute and I'll be, buying on the 5 minute into 50% of that last week's candle, to be honest. So it's really, really does depend. I think it's best sometimes just to have an overall idea of what a higher time frame is doing, and just don't go straight onto a 5 minute or straight onto a 1 minute, because you could get lost. You can get lost in these places. But I'm slowly coming out of these areas. I'm gonna start playing around with a 1 hour and 1 hour 15 minute. I think are going to be the ones that I'm going to be playing with to start off with. Higher time frame, but just playing with positions that are going to be in there for a little bit longer than just 5 minute intraday trades, because it's awfully tiring day trading all the time, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how you get on doing that, actually.
So just purchased my 5k funding rock suggested by Saket. Excited with that, Alexa. Yeah, glad, mate. I hope you all success. We've had a lot of traders. We've had a trader on a 5k account that withdrew $1,000 last week. So that's pretty insane. And that was in like a 2-week span, trading gold, in all fairness. Alex, thanks, Alex. And Sakit, I passed my second funded account with Funding Rock. Soon I'll take a payout as well, as this time my experience is so good. Well done, mate, honestly. So yeah, last week we actually had a lot of new funded traders, which is fantastic. One of them is right down here, boys and girls, 200k funded. Yeah, boy.
The biggest account size as well, which I'm going to take a break from challenges now for the minute, I think.
Yeah, you just want to focus on funding now, huh?
Yeah.
I think you've got enough. You're 7 figures now funded, or just?
I'm I'm in a phase 2. I'm 1.6% off getting a mil plus funded. Yeah. So fingers crossed by the end of this year I'll be there, which is
going to be interesting because one, that's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane. But the two as well. Let's say you're going now on holiday. You're going traveling. Because of your way of trading, you can travel and you can do all of that without having them kind of conflict with each other. Because one of the things that I'm thinking about as well, when I want to go to Thailand, we're going to do all this thing. Am I going to be stuck on a 5 minute time frame when I want to be enjoying myself, training and doing all of that kind of stuff? Sounds awful, actually, because you're like stuck on a time. So your kind of way of trading from higher time frame really gives a little bit more room to breathe, especially if you're traveling and stuff. Alex, payout method crypto is not there. Yep. So we only have Rise at the moment. We will add crypto soon, but at the moment we only have Rise. We will get there. So let's have a look what else is going on at the moment. So to be honest, gold is just playing around with this level. So at the 5 minutes, I'm looking at could come down to this EMA and then push off. We could be at an area right now. It's broken above the 50, so I'm swaying more towards higher prices, to be honest. Let's have a butchers and see what the other assets are doing right now. EU, obviously we've gone through that already. Break, retested, continued. Next level is 1503 on EU. GU, haven't got any levels down here actually, or maybe I've wiped them off. Alex, I saw your old streams in another prop firm, bro. Not gonna lie, your hairstyle is with buzz cut.
Yeah, buzz cut.
I had a buzz cut, man.
Wow.
I don't know what suits me more. Sack it. Wow, no, I've had my hat on, so this looks rough, man.
Your long hair suits you more, I think.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah, got the waves.
Oh yeah, it's super annoying to do in the morning, though, to be fair.
Is it a lot of manual?
Oh, mate.
Oh,
man. Wake up and it's like, poof.
Is it all over the place?
That's one of the reasons why I shaved up my head off. I was like, you know what? I want to wake up in the morning and just not do anything to it.
Right. I've done it a few times. It's amazing.
It's fun, isn't it? Because you just don't need to do anything. You don't need to do. You just wake up, jump in the shower, jump out. Don't even have to dry the thing. The thing just dry. Yeah, buzz cut. Yeah, to be fair though, mate, you say that. At the moment, longer hairstyles are in, mate. Longer hairstyles are everywhere these days. Okay, let's have a look at the S&P. What's happened? We're not even open US from my understanding. This is what Wilski told me. So we've got about 30 minutes before the US actually opens. If I was a betting man, if I was a betting man, if I was a speculator on the currencies and indice markets, I would say we're looking to go up on S&P 500. What do you reckon? If we're gonna, you reckon?
I reckon so.
You reckon so?
It's got the week seems to always start with a bit biggest gaps, craziness.
So didn't Powell turn around and say that they were unsure about another rate cut in December?
Yeah, they're on about quantitative tightening ending,
which means stronger dollar, no?
Yeah, it would mean stronger dollar and a higher chance they wouldn't cut as quick if is the rate cycle. It's still quite high in terms of what they at 4%. Was it 3.7% now? I don't know what it was.
Yeah. So if we have a look at crypto, if I move this out of the way down here, crypto's just been red all day. You know, we've shaved off a nice 7 to 10% of some things. And I don't know, maybe this is just looking like it's pushing up. Maybe when we open it will come back down. Because QT normally, obviously, interest rates are not going down as much, so dollar more powerful, less earnings for companies, so weaker stocks. That's normal play. Wilski?
Yeah. Obviously, I think as long as the rate cuts continue, it probably favour the
dollar strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DXY is looking solid.
That's the wrong one. Yeah, DXY looking solid. US 100. Let's go on the CFD. All-time high.
Yes.
Just, you know, it's like, why am I trading?
Why am I looking at what I'm looking at?
What?
Like just trading the currencies that are they're harder to predict, aren't they, as a whole?
Well, yeah, because they're just you've got so much commercial stuff going on lower time frame anyway, and they just range all the time. Whereas you got this is just absolutely insane. Like these, I think there's probably reasons why a lot of people have gone over to the to indices. To be fair, just because they're just easier to trade. I'm surprised you haven't gone over to them.
Staying in my lane. What I see it as is if something's working for me, I really struggle to change it up.
Yeah.
I like to keep it consistent.
Wow. So on that 1 hour, that 9 EMA really hugs price. That's really interesting.
Maybe one day I'll switch over, but it's gonna take a lot. I'd have to lose it all, I think.
Yeah, the best, just investing in these things. To be fair,
Sorry.
Like on a DCA, it's good for the UK. You've got the stocks and shares ISAs as well, which are pretty good for stuff like this, especially if you don't get taxed at the end of it. You never know unless Labour goes up.
They're on about reducing the amount you can put in and stuff for all that business. They are looking for everyone to be broke.
Communism, mate. What do you expect?
Happening quick.
Baz. See, the thing is with these I look at the 1 hour and I'm like, it's so clean, but at the time it just doesn't. Super clean, isn't it? But then you got times like this where it would be very, very tricky to trade. Like, let's say, for instance, if we were looking at price, gold still looks. Let me double check on gold. What's gold doing? Okay, we're all right on gold for the moment. One minute doesn't. We've had a push up, taking that high, and now it's failed. So we'll come back to it.
If I was still in GU from Tuesday, because I literally got in at Tuesday's high on GU. If I was still
here.
Yeah, it was 690 I got in.
Okay.
Tuesday's high.
Yeah.
Literally there. That's it.
Wow. Wow.
I know. Got literally in by 0.5 of a pip.
Yes, I saw that trade right from there. See, the thing is with EMAs and stuff, as soon as they break the EMAs, that's why I reckon the way that I trade on 5 minutes would work really, really, really well. It's just about learning the patience, to be honest, because not being in the market as much is also something that you've got to learn as well. If you've been used to being in the market all the time and always having like this kind of exciting feeling, especially on a 5 minute, you've got to get yourself readjust to a different type of trading, a different way of trading, which would be interesting.
So I've got a question with obviously funding Rock, for example.
Yep.
You can look into traders' ways of trading, how frequent they're trading. What percent are on the higher time frames taking low amount of positions, like I do, for example?
At the moment, none.
Really low. Yeah.
You're the only one.
Really.
Yeah. The only one at the moment. Yeah.
In a prop firm, the percent would be, because a lot of the prop firms don't even offer swing accounts. So it's like, you've got to work around the rules. You're probably saying about 10% of traders probably are swing trading.
Yeah. Look, we're not a good data. I can't get my English out, but a data source at the moment, because we haven't got enough data. You only make decisions on data when you've got a big enough sample size. I can tell you what other firms that I've worked with, that around about 10% or a little bit over are higher time frame traders, and they're more likely to hold on to their money or get bigger payouts, or you know, we've had a lot of ICT low time frame traders that get big payouts, but they blow up as soon as they get the payout. They blow up straight afterwards. We had that quite a lot. They are good traders. ICT traders, in my opinion, are very, very good traders because they have a framework that they can use that keeps, you know, that gives them, you know, ways of looking at market structure and ways of getting in and out of the market, which is fantastic. It gives them that structure. The only time they lose it is when they just lose their risk management and lose the
Yeah, I agree.
lose the head.
What ICT teaches as a whole, if it's put into a plan, yeah, 100% you can be profitable because pretty much I've done it. Even though I've
Yep.
not directly watched any videos of his, I've learned the concepts that he teaches, and as much as you can put everything down to supply and demand as a whole, really. And obviously, it's all little ways of looking at it. But you say the framework is what has helped me out a lot. You know, make
Yep.
a set way of doing something that is repeatable, and you can also learn from the losses. In
Yep.
my old strategy, I couldn't learn from the losses as much. I couldn't quite understand in the bad periods why they were losing more than the good periods, for example.
Mm.
Now I can. So yeah, a lot
His
of shit on it.
framework, if you read some of the old technical analysis books from somebody, Linda Rosky, I think his name is. Hold on, Linda Rasky, Linda Bradford Rasky, I think her name is. Anyway, she had a book called Trading Sardines. And if you read that book, she talks about all of the different things that ICT actually talks about in his, you know, the same gaps or fair value gap. She would call them pockets, you know, pockets of air, for instance, or she would talk about turtle soup in her own little way. So these concepts are concepts that he's taken and put them in his own framework, in his language, and he's been able to give that to other people, which in my opinion is fantastic. It's amazing.
And for the most part, you can learn it for free, and you don't actually need to pay. I know he sells stuff as well, and I know that as a trader, maybe he's not the best, but it doesn't matter if someone can teach.
Yep.
You've got thousands of profitable students from it. Why not?
Yeah, and I can
to some extent.
Yeah, I can say that they are decent traders, some of them, because a lot of the guys that we interview, they're all ICT, but like normally. But yeah, definitely give Trading Sardines a look. This is what it is: lessons from the markets from a lifelong trader. She's got some really, 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 really good things in there. Some strategies and little bits of wisdom in there. What's your favorite trading book?
Trading book.
Not tell me, market in the not market in the zone.
Trading the zone, isn't it? So I listened to that on an audio book, and I listened to this years ago when I was at work. Couldn't even get through half of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Then have I even read that many? I couldn't tell you one book that I've actually read. I don't know if I've actually read one back to front, front to back. I think, in my opinion, I think a lot of the especially the psychology trading books, they never help me. Like listening to them, hearing them. A lot of the stuff it's all internal. You have to learn it yourself through mistakes.
Yeah.
And it's why the one trader can become profitable in a year and a half, be really good, have multiple funded accounts, and other traders can trade 5 years and not be anywhere. I think you can hear people say stuff to you until you want to internalize it and actually make something of it. It will never go in. It will never go in properly. So I wouldn't really recommend any specific books that I think are make a huge difference to your trading, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, there's the best books. Some of them that I've read are not actually trading related.
Yeah,
Stuff like the Alchemist, you know, or The Magic of Thinking Big. which is a very good book. The Magic of the Thinking Big is a fantastic book because it just changes your perspective of just how to think from a different perspective. Because some of us suddenly get into this like tunnel vision of like, oh, this isn't working, or that's not working, or and just taking yourself outside and just changing your perspective, and you can do this into trading as well, can really help you change the situation you're in. So some of the best books, I swear, are just not even trading related.
I agree. You have to change your view on the world, because when you're taken from a little kid, you've gone, most people go to school, grow up, you get a job, you're in a way indoctrinated into a certain way of thinking and acting. Until you break those down and rebuild them back up, you're probably going to make the same errors in trading as when you first started, until you realize that you've got to change your thinking. And a lot of people don't do well in trading because they don't genuinely believe they can do well and actually,
self-sabotage is a massive one, something that I've dealt with and I deal with all the time as well. Sometimes you've got to catch yourself from doing self-sabotage because you've got these sticky beliefs that you don't even understand are there yet. So that's a massive one.
It's hard to break that down. That's what takes the longest to work through. It's not always the charts. The charts play a part. Really, I think any strategy can be profitable with an edge. Doesn't have to be that big of an edge. It's you. It really is you.
100%. So gold, come back onto that EMA, starting to push off. It's a bit 50-50. We're still in, a range at the moment. We haven't like even with this, if we look at that, it's very, very tricky. Very tricky.
See, the monthly on gold, it closed just above 4K, I think.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
If it would have failed underneath it, could have been an interesting. But then again, we could just, if we're having a look at really higher time frame, let's have a look at the monthly. Oh, bloody hell. We can just come into that 50 level, spike up, and then we can start pushing back down. So could be looking for sells really up in that area. Just see if price starts pushing off, then it fails, structure starts changing on dailies and 4 hours, then maybe that would be the trigger to actually start selling this for a deeper pullback. So obviously at the moment, this isn't making too much of a reversal type of, this just looks really like a pullback. But if we come up here, maybe take out those highs, and then we start just breaking back down, then maybe we can be looking for the deeper pullback that people are waiting for. And if we don't, if we just continue to do this, well, you just keep longing it until we do have that break of structure, I guess.
I definitely favour that previous monthly low getting taken out at some point. If I was doing anything this month and we say we don't come down first and clear October's low, I quite like a sell around the one.
Do you want to show me? I'm going to pop on your
looking at. Let's get this
finally back into profits on gold.
4K level, I've got it marked out here from last month. What I was saying on the higher time frames was, obviously the first thing is 4K such a big level. Psychologically, we would want to see price close above it, and we have. I do like comparing the bodies to the wicks, and obviously the body there, about 1,400 pips. The wick, 5,000. So the wick's nearly, is that right? No, it's 5,000. 3.7. So either way, the wick's over double the size of the body, and that would make me favour, if we're going to go up, I'd want to see this taken out first. Now, if we come down first, I think you could probably get really nice buys once we see a few areas of rejection all the way back up to the highs, because I would favour that wick to be filled ideally. If we don't and we come up first, I would suggest maybe we won't get to these highs. I'd probably look for something within this area here. I feel like there's some liquidity stacking up. We've got a pretty important imbalance area we could have an issue at, because you've got to think now all these points, we could definitely see some issue and see that downside come in. I could be wrong though. I do like us coming into this area here, which is quite a big area, so we could have an issue anywhere in there and we could end up just failing. So if we start the week this month bullish and we clearly see signs that we are not going to test this high, I think the sell's all the way down to what, 3818, 381, yeah, 3820. I think that's a good area for a sell. Buy wise, on the higher time frames, if we sweep this and then get confirmations, we probably could blitz all the way up. Just be careful. It's the first month in how many months? We had a few issues there. It's the first candle that's been bullish that we've seen a big wick at. We obviously saw that. We did see just price end up coming up and just hammering through, so it could just go up. But yeah.
It's all right. We can say so many different things, but things change so fast.
Quick.
Like, you can have the best analysis, you can have these best plans, but at the end of the day, it can change in a day. It can change in like an hour. You know, somebody opens their mouth on Twitter. You know, suddenly there's something that happens, and just everything that you've planned, everything that you've looked at, you can just change. So Jatenda, Alex, my rise is blocked and I can't open it again due to the block. What have you been doing, Jatenda? How do you get blocked from rise? How many firms have you been scamming, man? How many have you been hedging against other firms? What's been going on? And Forex for Life, lovely to see you back, bro. You've been definitely missed. Send us some music. We've been missing the Hindi music. But Jatenda, yeah, we'll sort you out. Like, if you get one, we'll have to find a way of doing it through crypto or from Rise. I will give you the payout. You want to give me the payout? What am I going to say to my accountant when I'm bringing money in and then I'm sending it straight out? You know, he's going to ask me some questions. Anyway, we can do it. We'll sort it out, mate. They'll probably think I'm money laundering.
It will be. Complete shutdown.
Yeah. But no, we'll sort it out for you, Jatenda. So we've got 10 more minutes until the market opens. Obviously, you can see we're just consolidating. So that's why there's nothing too interesting at the moment. We will sit. Quite frustrating looking at that pound position, to be fair, because if it was a set and forget, it'd have been totally fine. But
set and forget's the best way.
Set and forget is the best way. Set and forget is the best way. What is hedging, Alex? Hedging is the thing outside in your back garden. You get your saw or your chainsaw or whatever you do, and you start. I'm joking. Hedging, basically, what I was talking about with Jatenda is just somebody that's going long on one account and then going short in another account. And lots of different teams of traders normally do that against prop firms.
Can you police that, or is it impossible?
No, you can police it. Yeah, there's definitely patterns and ways to see it. Groups of traders have got better at doing it, but
just trade properly.
Do you know what?
You know what I mean?
You know what? There's firms out there that pay 60% of the people that they pay out are to scammers. I know that for definite. So it's all the gamification, all of the guys that are, just with groups of traders and just exploiting the system. They take a lot of money. It's a very good way of trading for them. So each person in their own edge.
It's like a burglary. They're pretty much, yeah.
It's their edge. Like,
Fair play.
Some of the massive traders up in America that made their, these big whatever. If you hear some of the documentaries or the things that they talk about, they were arbitrage traders, taking it from one place and selling with a couple of seconds in another place, and that's it. They're just doing arbitrage or finding like things to exploit in systems and stuff, just to take loads of money out of the market.
What is them bots that pass challenges within a day, and you just see them take
High frequency.
HFT? Yeah.
High frequency. I don't. Yeah. Just like tick scalping, trying to find insufficiencies. I'm not too sure.
That's not allowed though, is it?
No. Because they can't. They're taking inefficiencies out of your feed, but the feed that is coming from the LP, the liquidity provider, you're not even getting those. You're not getting those fills. So at the end of the day, you can't take that person out to the market. The LP would not accept that type of order flow. They'll just say it's toxic and we're not having it. Whereas the firm, if they allow it, then they're basically they're just going to lose. They can't take them out to the market, and they're going to have to pay them out lots of money if they do pass. So it's really a lose-lose for a firm.
Right. You see it all the time, even on ads on YouTube, when anyone's watching a YouTube video and you see these guys that say, "We'll pass your prop firm challenge."
Are they using HFT stuff?
Either it's that, or they will personally. But they go, "We've got a 90% win rate of us passing your challenge and all this." And I'm thinking, you can never say you've got a 90% chance of passing it. You don't know, do you? What you're in for?
Be interesting to see how they pass it.
Yeah.
But so how prop firms and Rise found this to block people? Jitender, we're gonna have to Jitender scamming guys. No, so mostly if a firm has found somebody to do fraud, or they've stolen a card, or they've done any kind of thing that they deem is against their T's and C's, they may just put a flag on the KYC platform, and that goes out to all the firms. So you got to be scammers. If they get caught, then they have to take IDs of other people, and they have to do this and they have to do that. But with Rise, I don't know. With Rise, could be anything. I haven't got a clue what happens with Rise. I remember the Deal days. Deal was a great platform.
Never heard of it.
So Deal was a platform just like Rise that was just super, super easy just to pay people. There's never a problem with it as well. Unicorn company as well.
They went under?
No, they stopped working with props.
Oh.
Stopped working with props after the whole TFT stuff.
That was just before I come into the industry then, that would be.
How long have you been trading then? Or how long have you been in the industry?
7 years. Prop firms took my first challenge May 23. 2.5 years, nearly. Tell you what, it goes quick though. Rapid.
2 years goes quick.
Very quick. In trading especially. Man. I remember at the start of January going, you can't wait to have that fresh, clean year where you think the opportunity is endless. Before you know it, you're 9 months in. You've had a losing quarter. Blown all your fun.
That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, the optimism.
I had if I put it back, on a wicked start of the year, man. All up Q1, Q2, and Q3 are fantastic. It's only this quarter that's been a little bit sticky so far. Okay, gold is not really doing anything. Got a couple more minutes between the markets actually open. Let's have a look at those pound. What's pound and that doing? We're still pushing up from USD CHF, which is insane. So I was thinking that would come down to take out this low, to be honest, and pound. I wouldn't be surprised. Did you mark that up yourself, Wolski?
Yeah, man. I think EU already taken it out, hasn't it? GU hasn't. Yeah, I've got it marked in. I always mark up lows and highs of previous week to try and gauge my range, really. It's just, I'm not sure. Where do we open? What's that? Is that where we open? I can't tell. Why is there a double gap? I've got no idea. I'm not even going to work that out. Yeah, we could take the lows. It's been a very... The volume seems to be dying out a little bit compared to what we were seeing. But it might just trickle its way down.
Yeah.
Difficult day to be trading. The especially GU.
Yeah, GU's been a bit tricky, to be fair. In the morning, it wasn't. The first kind of Asian range trade, that was super clean, super fast, super clean. After that, then it's obviously been a bit trickier, and I think I've got taken out right now on that trade.
Was that a loss thing? Because I was looking solid a minute ago.
Well, it's on a 1 minute, isn't it?
Oh, right.
On Funding Rocks on a 1 minute. I'm still in the trade. Still holding this trade from on a 15-minute time frame on a different account.
DXY is very close to tapping 100. Might mark it in.
Psychological number right there.
Massive. I mean, last time we come up to it, we faked out, then just dropped for the next month, 2 months. I've got no doubt we'll clear that at some point this week. That high.
Okay, so markets are just about to open. Let's have a look. See what the S&P is about to do. Pushing up. Back down to break even on gold on this other account. Here we go.
You can see how all the futures traders get excited when it opens.
Yeah, trust.
Imagine we're sitting there.
Let's see if we can get a little bit of an impulse on gold. I'm tempted to get in here, but then it's a bit of a... Give it a couple of minutes. US 30. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Try and get some more likes up in it. It's only got 2. Shocking.
How many people we got live on YouTube?
It's 10.
Wow, and we've only got 2 likes, boys.
Me as well, the likes.
What's going on, man? Can't believe it. Yeah, now we got 3, and that's mine. Wow. Okay.
You just got to say, do a giveaway at 10, and everyone will like it.
Yeah, we're gonna do a giveaway at 30. Okay. 30. We're gonna do a giveaway. Okay, gold's pushing down just a slight bit. That was off the 1 minute. So tomorrow we're going to start 1 hour later then.
Yeah, if you want to start for NYSE
Yeah,
Open.
'cause we want to start really for New York. Yeah, New York session. Still can't break this range, huh? Where would be the... Do we say that would be the triangle? Yeah, probably.
Not the best session overall, I have to say.
Still very early. Still super early. Obviously, to be fair, it's just on EU. It's just sell and forget. Just walk away from your computer. GU is now breaking down from that level.
That was your target down there, wasn't it?
Stupid ass. So yeah, so the original trade was, you know, from this high. Ugh. Yeah. So he broke down all of that, and then that was when it came into the 50. That's when I got short the first time, came back up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get out. Then it did this retest, and this is when I was like, okay, now I'm getting short from here, because the original stop loss was up there. And again, I did typical mistake, and then it just took me out, and the rest is history.
Yeah, did respect the range.
He respected the range. If it was a set and forget type of trade with the stop loss in the right position, it would have been totally fine. That's why I said when I did that video on YouTube, I really did that video because this is like a bad habit that I keep fucking doing, man.
Try and stop doing it.
So bad. Because I like catching that momentum. So if I see the momentum coming in, I don't really care. I just want to catch a little bit of the momentum. But
it doesn't matter if you get a negative risk to reward. You're just happy to get even 0.7 points.
I try not to go for negative risk to reward, in all honesty. 1 to 2. If you've got a 40% win rate, you can make okay money on a 40%. If it's anything less, then you start. You know, if you've gone 1 to 30 on a 1 to 2, no, 30% on a 1 to 2, you'll barely break even. You're going to end up losing. So anything under a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio is a bit.
I'm the same. I don't take under 2R. My average win's probably high 2s or around 3. My win rate's 40%. That, to be honest, is enough for me.
Yeah.
Which is definitely difficult though. Under 50% win rate on a swing as a swing trader.
That's tough.
Testing.
Yeah. Tough.
Deal with it though, so it's alright.
Mentally, it's tough because that's why intraday trading. It's, you know, you can have so many different signals in a day. You know, you can be in as many trades as you want. There's signals non-stop.
That's when I started trading something that's not spoken about enough, is especially when you focus on, let's say, 3 to 5 pairs, you're sticking to them. You don't think when you're trading them pairs, you're not realizing that there's obviously a lot elsewhere. Then you realize there's other pairs and all this and that. You're always thinking you're missing out on an opportunity because technically you are. Like, there's always going to be a move that plays out. It's just, obviously, is that going to equate to having an edge in the long run if you're taking 100 trades a day. You
Mm.
can't catch everything. You don't even, and that's the thing. You don't. The realization is you don't need to catch everything. You just need to catch a little. A little's
Yeah.
enough.
A little is enough. Oh, have I just been caught? I just been caught on a retest to go further down. It does look like it. That's nasty. That. Let's see what actually happens with this. He took this wick in this area here. So for me, that was like, okay, fine. That was the little manipulation that gold loves to do before it continues and pushes up higher. But by the looks of it, that's the thing. It's just all probabilities, isn't it? It's just not. You don't know what it's going to do. You can just keep betting what you do, and you're either going to make money or you're just going to lose money. That's just the way that it is.
So the best moves that you plan for, set up for, lose, and then some of the trades you don't think are looking good at all end up winning.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah. We'll give it another 10 minutes anyway, because I didn't expect to be on stream this long. 1 hour. 1 hour is our normal time anyway. What do you think about live streaming still? Because everybody's doing it these days. Everyone.
It's really hard now to try and to differentiate. There's not really much to do. Everyone's on the charts doing whatever.
Yeah.
It's really, back in the day, it was rare to see. Yeah, I think it's a really good way to get the community going. That's the best part about it. It brings the community together, which is obviously massive for prop firms. It's just growing it now. I'm not sure the best way is to grow over time. Probably just keep doing
consistency. That's the only way you can do any of it, to be fair, is just consistency. I'm more consistent doing this than I did my own stuff. To be fair. It's what happens, man.
Yeah, man.
No, I was approached months and months by a company that wanted to do live streaming, because the influencers and the affiliates that were doing live stream were making upwards of $1 million a year from affiliate commissions
through props. What?
Just through live streaming and having their wow, it's a lot of money, man.
It's a lot.
So that firm basically was tired of doing that, and that's what they wanted to do. So if you've got a little bit of a following or you want to start building up, thing is, it's hard for you to do live streaming because you're like, what are you going to live stream, man? Unless it's like education or you start, that's what you live stream.
You can't stream if you're trading higher time frames, unless you're purely there for the help of people asking questions, and that could be good in itself. But really,
there's a trader that does higher time frame Bitcoin analysis, and his videos are sponsored by a crypto exchange. Promise you that guy is getting hundreds of thousands to do it.
Especially crypto.
Yeah.
And how many views do you get on these videos? Good couple thousand.
Yeah. Oh, more than a couple of thousand, like 10, 15, 30.
Okay. You're laughing. If you get a deal like that, you're sorted, aren't you?
So that's what a lot of them do. A lot of them say we don't sell anything. They say we don't sell any courses or anything like that. We do everything for free. But if you're trading, if you want to jump into our free mentorship, you just got to put money into, Binance. And then basically Binance give him his kickbacks and stuff. and he, that's what he lives off.
It's a little bit like the influencers that get approached by brokers that they can get a young 18-year-old to put £300 into an MC5 account. You have to risk a one lot, and then after a certain amount of trading,
That's
that.
mad.
That's
That is
crazy, isn't it?
mad. That's mad.
The regulation needs to be sorted out for that.
That's mad. Look, if I had a community and I had a good, reputable, regulated broker, and I was just trading retail, and I said, okay, guys, I'm getting a kickback from this broker if you're using it, but obviously everything that we're doing, we're trading together, blah, blah, blah. Just understand if you're putting money into this broker, I am getting a commission for this. I'd be happy to do that. But to not say anything in an unregulated broker and then to force people to put on big trades.
And they're just signals as well. It's not even like go and trade at your own discretion. It's no, you've got to trade this signal.
Bad.
And then are the signals actually going to be profitable if the idea is for them to lose the money? And probably not.
Bad. There's a lot of dark stuff in these industries. Some of them. Not every industry is like that, but GU pushing down, man. Pushing down.
Game over.
These trend lines on gold and stuff, very, very nice. I wouldn't be surprised if it just kind of like ranges into this, gets either does something like that or does that and then comes back down under that 4,000 level. Don't know. Who knows?
Volume-wise, been quiet for gold today compared to what we've seen before.
Yeah, because it's kind of just like ranging, to be honest. You've got just this bit of range. It's not really doing too much. GU. Oh, bro. Fuck off.
It's going to the last week's lows now, I think. It's a little bit gutting for me as well. I was hoping to get a bit more of a pullback.
To be fair, it did. Well, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, yeah, no. Your pullbacks and my pullbacks are built different. 100%. Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't need to necessarily give you huge pullbacks. I obviously understand that, and it's
Australian dollar.
It's there to be taken. Yeah, AU.
See, the thing is with this, if I was looking at like on a 15-minute market structure, I wouldn't say that. Would you say that that was a break of market structure?
Probably not. Just how I look at things.
Yeah, so it would be
It's quite difficult.
a difficult one, actually. If you're looking on the 1 hour.
So the way I'd look at that is I'd mark in, obviously, that Thursday's low. We never ended up taking it out. And then that becomes the inducement to clear for more downside. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's quite simple. Especially
when you're looking at the 1 hour, yeah.
Yeah.
So really the idea, if you're looking at this, obviously you've had this is a 1 year is one year. The 1 hour is a lot cleaner because you'd have all of this price action. Now, to be fair, for me, that would probably be for me, I would say that would be a market structure low, maybe, or it's quite difficult actually. Now I'm looking at it, but that break and the retest onto those highs pre-low, then breaking again all of these lows, then it will be the market structure. Then is going to the downside.
You've also got that big gap from the prior week to fill as well.
This here.
Now, if you go further left from the Monday.
Yeah. Didn't see that.
That's nice to come down to fill.
Didn't see that at all, mate. Wow.
So when you piece together.
Is that across the board? Is that like on MT5 as well?
I'll have a look.
Or is that just on Oanda? Okay, gold's pushing up really nicely. We're back basically at break even from what we lost earlier. Let's see if we can break those highs.
GA. No, GA. It's not. It's UA, isn't it?
USD.
Yep. Yeah, it seems to be on all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a bit like, I'm not sure, I haven't really seen GJ or spoken to Denzel, but that gap on GJ, that ever get filled?
Did that ever get filled? Let's have a look.
Because I did see it was bullish last week as a whole. It looks like it's going to come back up.
See, the thing is,
have you got it marked in there?
No. No. So, this is a bit difficult as well to read, actually, because this is still. Oh no, there it is.
That's it. So you have got it marked in there.
See, the range on the daily is huge on this.
I wouldn't favour trading this.
Because you would say market structure high, market structure low.
Yeah.
All of that technically could just play around here and still be bullish in its own way, or still be okay. Gold is finally pushing.
Good patience.
Good patience. I fucking got in. I got in.
How was it?
Way up here, bro.
You got stopped that.
If I was patient, I wouldn't have had to lose my ass on that first. Good patience. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate the.
That's coming in. What'd you risk on that? Is it just 1%?
Yeah, on the first position, I risked a little bit less because I knew it wasn't the best place to get in, and I wanted to put something on stream. So I risked 0.5%, and then obviously after it came down, took out this low, and then closed above, I was like, okay, I'm going for the full 1% then. Which is really nice with gold. Once it has these sharp spike of a low or anything like that, and then closes above, then you've got these nice moves.
Shows its hand, doesn't it? Especially with the volume time of NYC.
Exactly. Yeah. It's one of those ones where it wants to hurt people as much as possible before it actually makes its move. Hi, Alex. Hi to your team. Hi, mate. How's it going? Let's see if we can get a TP in the next 10 minutes. And then we can close off. We're going to be doing an interview with Willski. So, guys, if you have any kind of questions, anything interesting, like what's his favorite color, what he likes to eat for breakfast,
all the good stuff.
If he likes his turkey dinosaurs with ketchup or mayonnaise, just ask away,
It'll be good. It's the first interview I've actually done with anyone, really, that's going to be going on YouTube.
First of many, mate.
Yes.
First of many. Yeah, the big firms don't really do too many of them anymore, to be fair. Actually, that's a lie. I don't see FTMO doing any kind of good ones.
No. You need to be hitting the big numbers as well, don't you?
I remember when what was his Lambo Raul did his first. That was impressive because that was the first 100k payout we saw in the industry
ever.
Mm-hmm.
And what year was that? 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Let me have a look. Lambo Raul. That set him up as a guru afterwards.
Oh, 100%. It just would, wouldn't it?
Well, of course, man. Because
no way.
to be because for you, people can lie about what they do in a broker. They can lie about what they're doing in an MT5 account if they've got access to a license or anything like that. Which is like the Alex G's, with the ones that have got all of these licenses, can do whatever they want. But if you've got a payout from a prop firm, a reputable prop firm, you're not lying about that. That shows that you actually can trade. There's one payout. In one payout, getting 100K.
Just maxed it all out in one.
That is savage, man. Yeah, that was 4 years ago.
Yep. That would have done him a world of good for marketing and that. How many views that got? 100K?
Guess higher.
It's going to be I reckon 520.
You got 460.
Yeah. Big.
460. How good has that been for his personal brand?
I reckon that was the thing that set him apart, yeah.
Set him up, definitely. I didn't know who he was before.
I didn't even know.
I heard about him, maybe. But that kind of legitimized him. Do you know there's another futures day trader that I really like? Trades by Matt. Never heard of him.
No.
Trades by Matt is he's a legend. He's cool.
I'll have to check him out.
Trades a lot of trades futures. He had a massive run on Apex, which, to be fair, sounds one of the biggest things.
He's got a lot of followers as well.
Yeah, he's got 230. When I started following him, he had like less than 100,000.
Shock, he's live as well. He's live.
He's live. Of course, he's live. 483 people watching him. Use code TBM. I don't know what that's for. But look, I can see TBM 17% off lifetime activation. So I don't know if TBM is trade by Matt. Let me have a look. Oh, it's Apex.
It's Apex.
It's Apex.
That's specifically just for him then, that 70% activation. He'll get a deal with them and then that's it.
So I think these are the guys that pay the most. I think Apex pay the most to their. They pay millions for their affiliates.
The amount of failed accounts on Apex, because obviously you can get 20 accounts as well.
What's that?
You can get up to 20 accounts with them.
Yeah.
How much money they must be making through failed challenges is the amount of purchases of a futures account. He must make a fortune.
Especially when you've got the influencers that have made millions, like $1 million payouts. Think of how, they did it as soon as, I think it was like one of the lads like Jade Cap, I think it was, that did $1 million payout.
I remember that.
The day after, they had like a 90% sale on Apex. And everybody would have seen that. I think everybody went and got, all of the full max accounts, and people just blew them straight away. You got to put your hands up. Like people, like traders like that, and didn't come traders like that overnight. They've worked very, 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 very hard at it, and they've taken a lot of losses. And for him to come out the other end and do something like that, especially from prop, it's unheard of, man. I haven't seen it in CFD yet. I don't know. Somebody had $1 million payout in CFD. Let's have a look.
No. I do commend the traders for going for it. I would not put myself at the risk of losing my accounts through such big payouts. I would be worried. I would look for maybe anything above maybe like 5%. I would be concerned that I wouldn't get paid out with certain firms. If I was to keep doing that, I'd rather just.
Yeah. But that's the thing with these futures firms. They got 20 accounts. And realistically, if you're focused just on your one account and you're getting 500,000, it's a lot of money, man.
tons. Yeah.
A lot of money is because all of it copied over and stuff. It's yeah, man. All right, guys, I don't know if we're going to get this in the next 3 minutes. It's literally just like tiptoeing around it. But we will be back tomorrow. And we're going to be back tomorrow at 1 hour later than today. And that's it. I don't know who's still in here, who's still active, or somebody's just listened to this while they're like cooking or cleaning or
yeah, little side.
Because that's what it is. Sometimes I do stuff around the house and I just pop on like somebody just like live streaming because it's just something in the background. So if that's one of you lot, we'll see you tomorrow. And that's it. We'll see you. Thank you very much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Take care.
That's it, traders. So if you're ready to take your evaluation, you can go in the link in the description. You can start today. But if you're here just for the content, then make sure you like and subscribe to make